distilling more marketing beliefs and telling you what works from a marketing agency owner who has served hundreds of businesses all across the world and has helped to generate over 7 figures for his clients. He started the agency at 19 and is now 25. So I'm coming from a position of expertise, not guesses. Okay, so the first misconception is email marketing doesn't work anymore. I literally had this complaint yesterday from one of our clients within the NDIS space in Melbourne. And they were like, email hasn't been working, yada, 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 yada. And we're sending hundreds of emails a week, it's not working, one positive response. But the one positive response that they got was about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago. But it took 2 months for them to get that one positive response. So instead of them they looked at it as email hasn't worked, we've gotten one response, it's been negative. Instead of, there was something that worked to get one response. What if we were to repeat that behavior so we can get more than one response? We can get 2 or 4 or 6 or 12 or 50, right? So that inability to think flexibly and be like, okay, what did work? How can we adjust? That's what people mess up with email. They think it's just about, run and gun, blast, without really testing it scientifically, thinking, okay, this is the hypothesis. This email should open more than this one. Then you test it. But anyway, that's about testing. Email works, okay? The competition is just higher. We also have a client in the same industry in Melbourne that serves a slightly different clientele that this week generated 3 to 5 positive responses from email, whereas that client only had 1 and 2.5 months. This client had 3 in their first week of running emails, right? So email works, you just have to test more to remain competitive. That is the game, especially in 2025, with the advent of AI and ChatGPT and all these other tools. Okay. The more you post, the more sales you'll get. So this one is interesting. It's a bit of a yes and no. It comes down to the age-old question: is it quality or is it quantity? The simplest way to look at posting content in terms of making money with it is you need to put out a lot of quantity to then distill what the quality is. So for example, we post a YouTube video every day. We know what kinds of videos work for us. So every week, me and my personal brand team, we talk about what worked, what didn't, and we try to move the dial up towards more of what worked and wind down the dial down of what didn't work. So it's the same with content. Initially you're gonna have to put out a lot of content. And it's probably gonna be terrible. But what will happen is over time, you will get a better feel for what works, especially if you're tracking everything. And then you can potentially post. In my industry, we still need to post a couple times a day, but you might need to post just 3 times a week, really quality, potent content that resonates with your audience. But it's very hard to get that until you've tested a lot of different types of content formats. I have another company, it's a production company, and we know our most popular format are dating shows, specifically a specific type of dating show. Do we always do that dating show format? No, we do not. We know other formats that are successful, but we know, okay, over an aggregate of 12 months, it might take 12 months to get 10 to 20,000 views in this format compared to our dating videos that have an average of 50 to 100K views, right? So content can make you more money if, again, just like emails, you're testing things and you're being intentional. Being intentional in this generation when it comes to marketing is going to be the game changer between you just struggling with your marketing and burning money, not knowing what's going on with the agency that you've hired or whoever in-house you brought in, compared to the one that crushes it. And that's the reality. High prices scare customers away. Again, it's all about how you present and position yourself. So for example, when I first started the agency, I was 19 years old, I'd wear my dad's clothes, we're to meetings, and I'd charge $200 a month for like social media. Really, really cheap, right? And I was working really, really hard, driving to that look. And you have to do that, by the way, at the start. I'd largely say either do something for free or charge it expensively. I think I prefer the free now with everything that I've learned. But now we hate doing things for less than $1,000 a month. And even to be honest with you, $1,000 a month makes me feel kind of ugh, because I know how much value we provide to these small businesses and medium-sized businesses, etc. But what happens is you need to have such conviction in what you're doing and proof of concept that it makes it either that proof of concept conviction, or you have to have such a scarce supply that people can't dispute the price because there's few competitors, right? So those are the two main things that I think will allow you to charge prices without scaring people away. And of course, there's other things like positioning and framing and making sure that people perceive you as an authority. That's also another great way to increase your pricing. You could largely say I'm doing the same by creating this, YouTube channel and the content. I'm going to be perceived as an authority because I'm putting out so much specific, varied content pertaining to different parts of marketing and sales. So if I'm charging, more than 5 figures for consulting for a period of time, well, people are like, well, this guy Dami is giving me years worth of advice and content. Yeah, I'm happy to pay him. So it's about positioning as well, but those first two things that I mentioned, that will move you pretty far.
Guys, I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you liked it and you got something from it, or even if you didn't, please like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment. It really helps the algorithm favor this channel. And the more you support us, the more we can give you guys more extreme levels of value throughout 2025 and beyond. Looking forward to the next episode and being able to serve you guys. And as always, think mega. Take care.